Are you looking for a challenge that you can start with your friends online in Football Manager? Then look no further than this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you don't already, because I've got loads of saved content and unique content ideas coming all the time, streaming pretty much every day as well. Well, that's enough about me. Let's get into why we're here and my top 5 saves that you can play online with a friend or friends in Football Manager 24. First up is the Big Brother, Little Brother challenge. Now, what is the Big Brother, Little Brother challenge? One of you manages the Big Brother and the other one of you will manage the Little Brother. So it's a rivalry from two teams from the same city. So, for example, the classic example of a Big Brother, Little Brother challenge is 1860 Munich, as you can see here. And then, obviously, Bayern Munich. So one of you who's got more experience will be 1860 Munich. And one of you who has slightly less experience will be Bayern Munich, to equal it out and to make it a little bit fairer. You don't have to use these two teams. You could use any Big Brother, Little Brother challenge that you wanted to. You could go for Paris FC and Paris Saint-Germain. You could go for FC United of Manchester and Manchester United, for example. The challenge is a really interesting one because as you manage the Big Brother, you got to keep them being the biggest and best team in the league and ultimately in the save as well. Whereas your friend or family member, whoever you're playing the game with, has to be the little brother and is trying to catch you up and is trying to one-up you all the time. It will create a lot of banter, a lot of challenge, and it's just a fun save that you can get stuck into with you and one of your pals. In fourth place is what I like to call the Mino International Management Challenge. Now, you can play this with one friend or other friends, many friends. And what I mean by this is you take a look at the world rankings and you see what are the most minnow teams that you can manage in Football Manager. So, for example, on the international level, one of you could be San Marino, another one Liechtenstein, and another one Gibraltar if you've got two friends that you can play with online or from a community that in a Discord that you are in. You could pick any of these low-ranking teams and see who can get their low-ranking nation the highest and play international friendlies against each other if you're not in the same continent, and have so much banter about which small team you're going to turn in to the next Brazil, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and see if you guys can actually win a major competition with a minnowed international nation. There'll be so many laughs, so many joys, and so much history made if you do this save with one of your pals. In third place is a rivalry save. Now, what I mean by that is that you and your friend pick two teams who are rivals. So, for instance, I'm using here, you could use Celtic and Rangers, you could use Hibs and Hearts, you could use both Dundee teams, you could use both Milan teams, Liverpool, Manchester United, anyone that you want to use. Could be even lower down at lower levels as well. And why this is so much fun is because if you're competing in the same league, you're going to have so much banter with each other, especially in the Scottish League. Can you become one of the first people to win the Champions League with a Scottish side, between you and your friend? Will you try and split the old firm with Hibs and Hearts? Could you do it any other way? Will you be both Milan sides and see which one comes out on top in domestic football and European football? The banter here to have with your friends is absolutely playing in the same league and absolutely going at each other, poaching players, going after the same players, nicking your players on a free transfer, all of that kind of stuff. What a save, a rivalry save would be between you and your pals. In second place is a challenge that I like to call the Race to the Summit challenge. And what you do in this challenge, you and your friends all pick teams in the lowest divisions possible on Football Manager, and is the first one to win the top division in that league. So, for example, you would pick a team in either the Vanarama National League South or North if you're playing on console. And if you're playing on PC, you could all download the level 20, tier 20 plus database and go from there if you really wanted to, as an example. Now, you have to be very competitive with your friends. It's obviously going to be going after the same players. You're going to be progressing through the leagues. There's going to be banter between your friends when you play each other in the cup and you're one league above them or two leagues below them or whatever it may be. You can have so much fun playing this Race to the Summit challenge. It is the first one to win the top division, and as soon as that person wins the top division, the save is done. So it is a first past the post Race to the Summit challenge. Will you take on this exciting new challenge in Football Manager 2024? But the number one challenge you can do on Football Manager with a friend or with your friends is being the teams that you support and absolutely going for it and seeing after 10 seasons who is the best, most dominant team in that league. So, for example, if it was me, I've got a lot of friends that support West Ham, and I would be Tottenham and they would be West Ham, and it'd be that kind of battle, like London derby banter going on. I would have to be Spurs and not win anything because, we've got to keep the saves. quite realistic out here on this channel. But I feel like this is such a great save. You could pick any league you wanted as well if you wanted to do this. You don't have, I've just picked the Premier League because that's the team that I support. But if your friends, if you're based in Italy, you could do Serie A save, Serie B, Serie C, and keep going and just be in that absolute banter between each other, trying to poach each other's players, all that kind of good stuff, the ups, the downs, the smiles and the frowns. But being the team that you support is going to be the most passionate thing you can do on Football Manager and the most passionate save you can do on Football Manager as well, especially with your friends. It's big risk on the line. You've got bragging rights on the line, especially if you support a smaller side and you somehow make them a bigger team. For example, if one of your friends support West Ham and you're a Millwall fan, I mean, it's highly unlikely that you'd be friends, but if you were, you could definitely have a lot of banter with that as well. I just think it's an absolute privilege to play Football Manager with your friends. And don't honestly underestimate the banter and the fun that you can have. And let the good times roll. Let me know in the comments below if you're doing a friend's online save and how you're getting on. What recommendations you have for online saves. And if not, I'll see you on another video.